Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Scavenger. Welcome to today's video. It's time for a tier list, and I thought, you know what? What better tier list today than a Chasing Sunsets tier list? I finished the game for what it is several weeks ago now. I can't remember when the last video was, but I finished chapter 8. I've got all the gameplay up on YouTube. If you want to check out my gameplay, my playthrough of it, you can do so. I'll leave a link, or there'll be something popping up somewhere where you can go check out that playlist. However, I wanted to go ahead and do a tier list of the top female characters in the game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so based on the whole game, I think there's only really 12 female characters that the main character really has any sort of real interaction with. And so I narrowed it down to those 12. If there's any other ones that I missed, then they obviously weren't that important, but I think I got them all. So I'm going to go over those characters with you, explain like who they are a little bit, and then I'll get into where I think they fit on my tier list. Let's go through the characters. I have them in order. I have Amanda. Amanda is the friend of Mallory, and I'll explain her in a minute too. But Amanda, when we first meet her, she has some form of autism, I believe. And then if you play the game, you know what happens with her. I don't want to give away too many spoilers if you haven't played the game. However, just so you're pre-warned or forewarned, there may be some spoilers here. So there you go. If you don't want spoilers, don't watch the video. That's all I can tell you. Anyway, so yeah, we have Amanda. She's a friend of Mallory, and she's interesting. And then the next character we have is I almost forgot her name. Erica. Erica's the next one I have on my list. Erica is the daughter of Linda, and Linda and Erica, they run a ski lodge with Linda's husband. Who our main character ends up helping out during the winter. He helps out at the ski lodge. So yeah, she ends up, being a person of interest for the main character at a point in this game. Then our next character is Fiona. This one is not really a major character, but she does have interaction with the main character, and so we'll talk about her and where I would put her on my list. The next character we have is Kylie, I think is how you pronounce her name. We end up going to Honolulu Island, spending some time there. We meet Kylie there. So I'll tell you more about her later. Then we have Bianca. We end up staying at her house for a while, and we'll talk about her as well. Tara's the best friend of Jay, who is a lead female character in the game. We'll get into her in a minute. Then we got Sophie. She works for the two main characters' parents, or she did. I believe she's some sort of scientist, and she's also the wife of this family's yacht's captain. So that's how she fits in. Then obviously, like I just mentioned, we have Jay. Jay is the main female lead and the stepsister of the main character. Then Linda, as I said, is Erica's mom, and I already kind of explained them. They work at the ski lodge, or the wife and daughter of the man who owns the ski lodge. Then Chef Tanaka, as I just said, she's a chef and she works on the yacht as the family's chef. We have Mallory, another female lead. And then Lisa, who is the acting CEO for the family's company. All right, I've explained all the characters. Now, let's go ahead. We'll go one by one and put them in tiers. Now, as I go through this, if you decide, yeah, I don't like that, Scavenger, you don't know what you're talking about, that's fine. You can have a difference of opinion. You can tell me where you'd put them. It's okay. It's okay. I appreciate your opinion. All right, but I'm going to do mine. And I'm going to just I'm going to start out with the obvious two, okay? I'm going to start out with the obvious ones. And like I said, there's probably going to be spoilers, especially here now that I'm going to start grading these ladies. All right. Obvious S tier for me is going to be Jay. Um, she is. It's crazy because in this game, there's kind of a back and forth. There's a weird dynamic between Jay and the main character. They both really like each other, but they both feel like it's a forbidden thing because their parents did get married, and so they're afraid of what people might think and everything. But yeah, the chemistry between the two characters is like out of this world. It's amazing to watch things happen, and I've got to put her in S tier, and not only because of their chemistry, but Jay's just an awesome character, and just fantastic to get to know her. The next one that I have to put in S tier, and I really do feel like she just you know, as I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I could put her in S tier. But the other female lead, the other big um attraction for the lead character, for the main character, is Mallory. But for right now, I'm gonna put her in A tier because for me personally, while I think she's like also an amazing woman, I just still don't think she's Jay's equivalent. I don't think she's Jay's equal. So I can't put her on the same tier right now, but we will consider that as we go through this more. All right. My next one up, I am going to randomly pick here. You know, let's go with Kylie. All right, so Kylie, I'm putting Kylie in C tier, just because there's not enough that we know about her. But I do think what we meet her a few times in the game. She's apparently like kind of like a jack of all trades. The first time we meet her, she's driving a cab. The second time, she's like a bartender, and I think we see her again as a waitress or something. I could have that last one wrong, but we see her a few times, and so she kind of becomes a little bit of a reoccurring character towards the end of the game, and it'd be cool to see more of her. I think there could be some potential there, maybe, because she's really friendly, and I think she shows an interest at a certain point, but who knows? The only reason I'm putting her in C tier is just because we don't really know a whole lot about her, but I did want to add her to the list because she's a character that we interact with on more than one occasion. So there you go. That's Kylie. Next one that we can go ahead and knock out of here is Fiona. I'm definitely putting Fiona in D tier. There is a spicy scene with Fiona early on in the game. However, I think I already mentioned that she was a one-night stand that the main character had, that he talks about early in the game. And the thing about her, even though she also occurs more than once in the game, is that she doesn't come off to me as someone who would be relationship material. I don't want to give too much away, but she just doesn't come off as relationship material in the game to me. Even though there's opportunities to talk to her, and maybe I don't know if you can meet up with her again or not, but there are other opportunities to kind of test the waters or flirt or see where things could go. So yeah, but anyway, because I don't think she's relationship material, and because of how we've met her, I'm putting her in D tier. Not that meeting a girl that way is necessarily bad. I just would automatically assume that it's not going to go very far. I'm going to go ahead and knock out Linda and Erica. Linda and Erica are both B's for me. Actually, I'm going to go Linda, the mother, on C tier. And then Erica, we're gonna go B. And let's explain. Okay, Linda, the mother. I'm the big reason she's a nice lady and everything. She's an older lady, and she is a female that has a past with the main character. And when I say that, you know what I mean. You know what I mean when I say she has a past, but also that past is kind of crazy because like the Fiona character, I wouldn't consider her relationship material, even though she's married, and that's part of it. She's married, and there's a past between the main character and her while she was married. Like I said, spoilers. And so I'm putting her on C tier for that. Like, if that's gonna be something that's happening, I don't know if you want to have a relationship with that. But hey, for a fling, maybe. But also, that's not a turn on, I guess, for me. Trying to think of another word other than turn on. But yeah, like infidelity is not really a turn on for me. And then yeah, so that's why she's C tier and not higher up. I was gonna put them both in B tier, but no. And then obviously the daughter, she's single. She's single. She does have a thing for the main character. I think the main character sees her as someone younger than him, and maybe she is, but he doesn't see her like a dating level, even though there's opportunity for that to happen, you know. So why I put her in B? She's a fun, likable character, but just like the main character, I didn't see her as someone who I would have wanted to pursue anything further with than what we did in the game. So that's why she's in B. We got 6 more. We're halfway through. Next one, we'll go with Amanda. Amanda is... This one's a tough one. I really like Amanda's character. She's really fun. And she's kind of out there. But I'm really struggling between B and C. I'm dropping her in C. All right, that was a tough choice for me because, like I said, I really like her character. The reason I'm dropping her in C, is because, she's too weird for me. She's too weird, and I don't think Amanda is a character that you would be able to connect with on any emotional level. That's a big thing for me. Like, you have to be able to connect with them on an emotional level. And while Amanda's fun, she's a fun character, you just couldn't do you can't do that with her. So that's my biggest hang up. So she's C. She would be B if I felt like there was more potential. That's I kind of feel like that's unfortunate that I had to put her there, but I did. Now Bianca, on the other hand, older woman, like I said, we stayed at her house for a while we were on Honolulu Island. This one, I'm putting her in A. I wish there was a way to go, like, and there probably is, but the way I did my playthrough, I probably didn't get those opportunities or didn't take advantage of them. I would like to see more things happen with Bianca's character because I really liked her, and I thought she was really fun. So I'm putting her in A because I just want to see more of her. All right, moving on. Tara. Tara's gonna go in B. I don't have to think about that really. Maybe I do. Maybe I do now that I've said it. Maybe I do have to think about that. Tara's still kind of a mystery. Tara's still a mystery. Yeah, I can't put her in B. Do I put her in D though? Ooh, am I gonna put her in D? Might have to put her in D. I'm dropping her in D. I've made up my mind. I definitely think she's higher level than Fiona, but I don't know. That's a tough one. Maybe I'll move her to C. I'll move her to C. I just don't know enough about Tara. I know that she's Jay's best friend. I know that there's some things between the main character and Tara, and there's probably more content to come for her. But right now, just because I don't know enough about her, I'm putting her in C. And I just don't know what kind of person she is yet. That's all. That's all. Sophie, I like Sophie. I'm putting her in B for reasons like I think the entire game I didn't really see any interest in her. And I guess because I didn't see any interest, she'd go to D. Like she's good, she's nice to look at. She's visually appealing, but I had like zero interest in her at all as far as like even trying to establish any sort of relationship. And that's me. That's me on my personal level and what I thought of her character. Nice character, but she served a purpose, and that purpose wasn't for me. So moving on. I don't think I have to explain her any more than that. Chef Tanaka. Chef Tanaka was fun. I am going to put her. Oh, A or B? A or B? A. A. There was a lot of interaction at certain points of the game with Chef Tanaka. Like she was really standoffish in the game, and the main character really had to try to get this this lady to warm up to him, because she was shutting him down left and right in the beginning, even in just being nice to him or being friends with him. So he had to really prove himself to her. And over the course of the game and the interactions with her, I think he did. And I think they developed like a, I don't know if it's like a student-teacher relationship, but I think if there was going to be more interaction with her, if she's going to continue to be in the game, I think there's potential for something more, something spicier maybe. And then last but not least, we have Lisa, who is the acting CEO for the main character and Jay's parents, who were the owners, CEOs of the company. A lot of potential for her as well. But also, I guess I'll put her in A as well. Now I've got to look at all this. There's definitely some I think some tension, some spicy tension with Lisa at certain times, just like I think there was with Bianca. And also Mallory. There was really no tension. There was maybe a little bit of tension with Tanaka, but now that I think about it, I'm gonna move Tanaka down one, just because there wasn't as much as the other three. Now I can look at this and kind of reevaluate where I've placed them on their tiers, because I can kind of grade them against each other now. So definitely J is S tier. Explained her like all the way. Mallory, if I would have made a tier between S and A tier, Mallory would go there. But I still think J is like multiple levels above Mallory. That's my opinion. We'll see. We'll see when I do another playthrough of the game, and maybe if I choose the Mallory route, maybe I'll have a difference of opinion. But yeah, I still think Jay is top tier. I would say that Mallory's definitely, if I had to shift these, Mallory's definitely A tier, then I'd move the other two down, and so on and so forth. As a matter of fact, can I add one? Can I add an F tier? I should have added an F tier. All right, F tier. So I'm moving them down. I don't have to explain myself. I already did. Then I'm moving these two down here. I'm also going to move her down here. Moving her here. B, B. Okay. There. That looks better to me. That looks better to me, because I still think Mallory is definitely above everybody on my B tier, and then so on and so forth. So I've explained them all. I just made an extra tier and shifted them a little. All explanations stay the same. Got a little confusing at the end, but I think you all follow, right? So that's my tier list, with Jay being at the top of this tier, followed by Mallory, and then my B's, the ones who, if I couldn't have Jay or Mallory, I would go after Chef Tanaka, Lisa, or Bianca. Bianca, you know what? I'm moving her to A tier. I just like her a lot. I just like her a lot. I really liked her character. And then I've got Amanda, and I've got Erica at C tier. I really like Amanda too, like I said. And if I felt like there was any way that there could be any sort of emotional connection, I would definitely move Amanda up a tier or two. And then those last 5 really didn't affect me one way or another, especially the last 2. That's why they're there. I mean, other than I think, like I said, Kylie. Kylie would have been a fun character to get to know more. Well, that's it. That's my tier list for Chasing Sunsets. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you agree with any of these or you disagree. Where would you put them? Who was your S tier and who was your A tier? We'll go with that. We'll make it simple. Who would you put in S tier and who would you put in A tier? Anyways, you guys take it easy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure if you liked the video, you go ahead and smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Yes, I do. Hentai too. I have an idea. Get naked. What did you say? If it works, it works. On my wiener. No, you did though. You did though. Remember?
Scav, what do you have me making, man? Oh. Scam.